Hello and welcome to Get Real with Ralph. I'm your humble host, Ralph Nudi, coming to you live today from Studio East at the studios of AM 1050 WLIP and WIIL in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. We have a very special show today being filmed before a live studio audience with Betsy Ade and the well-known Strangers. We're going to discuss human trafficking, the Songs of Freedom Music Festival, and the rise of Betsy Ade and the well-known Strangers as a force for good in the musical world.
Beware my fellow defenders of decency. Take care of those knights who fight in the name of charity. Creatures, the feeders, the cowards, they move through the shadows among us, and they won't back down. The killing, the raping, the selling, the backbreaking. We've got to unite and send out a call. Tear up the walls and rip through the streets. Find those poor souls who never had a choice to speak. There are voices bouncing off the walls of padded rooms, wondering, is anyone out there? Voices stuck in the silence of casual conversations. Don't be blind, beware. Somewhere the father goes out looking for his baby girl. And the mother's son looking for honest work in the wrong places. They have been pillaging our innocence through the ages. Tear up the walls and rip through the streets. Find those poor souls who never had a choice to speak. There are voices bouncing off the walls of padded rooms, wondering, is anyone out there? Voices stuck in the silence of casual conversations. Don't be blind.
Amazing. Thank you very much for tuning in to this evening's episode of Get Real with Ralph. This is an exciting episode, and we've been looking forward to this for months, since the first time that Betsy Ade and the well-known Strangers appeared in our studio and played a small acoustic set. And we committed together that day to worked together when we found out that combating human trafficking was a passion of theirs as well as a passion of mine. And so this brainstorm that happened on live radio is coming to fruition, and it's such an amazing thing. We're going to talk a little bit more about that. This live performance is sponsored in part by Blackhawk Community Credit Union, which has locations in Kenosha and Janesville. We want to thank them for helping bring this performance to Studio East. Now, Betsy, guys, girls, welcome to the program, and thanks for coming back. How are you this evening?
Hello. Great. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
That's an incredible song, and I'm glad we opened up with it. And I wanted to talk a little bit about what that song means to you and how that song in and of itself is probably the reason that we met and ended up speaking. So with that, why don't you tell us a little bit about the idea for Voices and how it came to be?
Well, we first thought of writing a song to create awareness of human trafficking a few years ago. This was before Brittany and Cam. We were asked to perform at Memorial Hall in Racine, and they were doing an awareness event, and it was a pretty big deal, and we thought we were honored to be asked to play for something like that. So we did some research, and we realized what a big, huge social disease it is. And so we wanted to do a little more, and so we wrote the song. We wrote the song in, I don't know, like a couple weeks, or
If that.
yeah. So it's something that kind of poured out of us. It was, it's a horrible situation, and I applaud you for all the work that you're doing. Like, you came out fast and furious, and it seems like you're doing a lot of groundwork. So thank you for all of that.
It's something that we all really need to pay attention to and work on together. I had some guests in our studio, I believe it was either last week or the week before, who had their daughter was trafficked, and I listened to this story of how a good child from a very involved set of parents was, within a very short period of time, completely manipulated and led into this dark, awful, like you said, social disease. And I think that a lot of people don't really realize that everybody involved are victims when they look online and they see the things that are going on with that. And they really truly are. And because of some great organizations such as Operation Underground Railroad, which is the one that we're supporting specifically this week, they're doing a lot to not only raise awareness, but in the case of Underground Railroad, they're actually rescuing children both in the United States and abroad from compounds where they're being held against their will and they're being sold. And it's a very uncomfortable subject to talk about.
Right.
We're sitting in a live studio audience here, and there's children in the audience, my children, your child, a lot of our other children, and how do we begin this discussion with them without being graphic, without scaring them, but making them understand that even when you're in your teens, in your early 20s, you can be manipulated into something that is going to ruin lives.
Right. And I think that there's a lot of, you want to give your child enough freedom, especially when they get into their teen years, and you don't want to be that helicopter mom or dad. And but we did do a video, and Vic Sarah's here somewhere, tour manager. He spearheaded an idea for the video that's out on YouTube, and he's a retired Racine Police Department officer, and he got together all of a lot of Racine police officers, and they they sat with us, and in the brainstorming session of the video, we learned so much more about what they're doing and how hard it is to get through to the kids, the teenagers, because they don't think anything's really that wrong with it. So you have to almost
they have this entire concept of I'm big and I'm strong and I'm smart and I don't need my parents to tell me what to do, and it can never happen to me, which is the way we all thought when we were that age. And it's part of the way that they're able to be manipulated, is that quest for independence is something that these traffickers prey upon. And they kind of utilize that to drive a wedge between older teens and their parents in the first place, which is already happening. That's just life. That's just part of growing up. But they're able to exploit that. And
Right.
so somehow I think setting healthy boundaries and telling your children, yes, you can have your freedom, but look out for these warning signs. Look out for people that are trying to manipulate you and tell you that your parents don't really love you because they won't let you do what you want or whatever it happens to be. These are really, really important conversations that you need to have with your older children, with your younger teens, with your older teens, so that they realize those warning signs ahead of time.
Right. Yeah. And not to scare anybody, but a lot of the perpetrators are, just a tad bit older, maybe, 20 to 25-year-olds, and they're kind of preying upon the 16, 17-year-olds or 15-year-olds. And they're very, clean cut, innocent, and they start grooming, and it takes years and years, from what we've learned around this area anyways. So that's a scary thing.
What also scared me, at least I know it scared all you guys as well, is that every high school in this area, every high school has a high school student that is involved. And I was like just shocked because they're getting paid by these older perpetrators and
even at the middle school level, it's
middle
happening.
school level, et cetera. Yep.
Yeah, it's mind blowing to me even now, even having really researched this month after month after month. My awareness, my true awareness, really started around February of this year when I watched a hour-and-a-half documentary called Operation Toussaint, which was really about the trafficking of small children, and from that, paying attention to all the rest of the details. And I urge anybody out there to look up the resources on human trafficking, especially in the Midwest. Our area right here at home, this is one of the most prevalent areas in the United States for this activity. The I-94 corridor between Milwaukee and the state line is an area where in 2017 the FBI invested more money in enforcement here than any other part of the country, if that tells you anything about how deep this problem goes. Now, without being all doom and gloom, we're doing some wonderful things.
Yeah.
Next Saturday, we have the Songs of Freedom Music Festival. You're going to be headlining it. We're very excited about that. We have 11 different bands that are going to be playing. So there's going to be live music going on from noon until almost 10 o'clock at night. We have 4 different food vendors. We're going to have wine and beer sales. We're going to have a multitude of other vendors there. And it's going to be a good time, and we're going to celebrate the children of our community and the children of the world, and we're going to work hard on their behalf to raise money to help combat this problem, because that's the only thing we really can do. If you just sit and get depressed about it and think, oh, this is an awful thing, which it is, we're not going to solve the problem. But by doing more things like that, by promoting awareness, by doing positive things together as a community, I think that's the best way that we can combat that. And I applaud you, and I applaud all of the groups that have donated their time, because making a living as a musician is a very difficult thing. It's like a doctor donating a couple of surgeries. I mean, it really is. This is how you feed your family. This is how you make a living at this point in your life. And so I applaud not only you, but all of the groups that have decided to give of yourselves and give of your time. And you can go online to oursongsofreedom.org and buy tickets in advance. It's only $12 for adults. Kids 12 and under are free. We want people to know that this is obviously a family-friendly event. This is an event that's designed to support children. So there's going to be a 50-50 raffle out there with a bunch of young girls who are involved in pageants selling the 50-50 tickets. There's going to be some silent auction raffles. We're going to be doing everything we can to raise money for this organization that is out there rescuing these children. So that's in a nutshell what we're going to be doing. That's why we're here today, so you can get a sample of this music. By the way, tonight's broadcast, which you're listening to right now, probably on WLIP, if you go to WLIP.com, you can find the link back to Get Real with Ralph, which will take you to the YouTube channel. Also, we'll be posting the rebroadcast of it on our YouTube channel for my show, which is GetRealWithRalph.com. If you're listening to this, you're going to want to see it as well, because well, they're a good-looking group of guys and gals as well, and let's face it, they play well, and it's very entertaining. So, without further ado, I'd like to just hand the stage off to you so you can do your thing.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, Ralph.
Thanks, guys.
thoughts, so many rhymes, so many words, so many times I have a wonder. Push it out, peel it back, give it up, crawl on out of my slumber. And now I'm done flipping out. All I hear are the singing of bluebirds, and I feel fine. I am aligned, for this has been granted. Circles in time, no longer stranded. So many times I've opened up the door, hoping you would come on in and ask for more. What have I done? Through the piles of ignorance, I set the stage and nothing else has happened since. Baby, I held on too tight, and maybe I didn't even care what I came here for. When I saw the ripples and tears in the floorboard, I said that I'm done keeping score. Now I am alive, for this has been granted. Keep love mine, no longer slanted. I hear those bluebirds tiptoe tender, they're singing again. Yeah, they're singing again. All the bitterness stuck in the past, all the lies you knew wouldn't last. Don't let it take you, it's just waiting to break you. All the bitterness stuck in the past, all the lies you knew wouldn't last. All the bitterness stuck in the past, all the lies you knew wouldn't last. I am alive. Thank you. Thank you guys for coming today. I know a handful of you have seen us, just saw us last night in Racine. So it's cool of you guys to show up. I am in charge of a delicate soul. We swept each other off our own feet. We got our nose to
gracefully. All that's tongue-tied turns stale, turns foul, and you know I will not settle for typical. We found forgiveness on the sidewalk of a lot. We kick go home, rip away our silence, find solace within without the rolling stones. What do we call home? Call home. This journey of a million miles grew just as barren as it grew bold. You gave me a reason, gave me something to believe in. Found forgiveness on the sidewalk of a what we kick go home. Rip away our silence, find solace within without the rolling stones. This journey of a million miles. You gave me a reason to call.
Thank you.
I think we're going to have time for one more before we go to the break. So that's Sidewalk, that one there, and that's one of your that's on your newer
That's on our
album, right?
5-song EP.
Your 5-song EP.
Our latest EP.
Yeah, great
Our
song.
only EP.
And where can that be found?
Anywhere really you could find music. It's on iTunes. It's on Spotify. It's on John. This is his shtick.
All over me. YouTube, Pandora, Amazon Music, Google Play, everything you can think of.
So go find the music, go buy it, put it on your iPhone, put it on your Android device, burn it to a CD if you're still using ancient technology.
We do actually
they have CDs
they
as
have-
well. Yeah.
I don't think we'll ever stop that because I think that we really believe in something you can touch still and take home.
Tangible music.
Tangible music, yes.
That's a great thing.
In case you want some of that.
Now
We got a
vinyl,
record, too.
no vinyl yet, right?
We do have a vinyl.
You do have a vinyl?
Our full-length album.
Oh wow. Okay, good.
Not the EP.
Now you're going to have some of your merchandise at the Songs of Freedom Festival for people to buy as well.
Yes.
Okay.
We will.
Fantastic. All right, that is OurSongsOfFreedom.org, OUR, SongsOfFreedom.org, if you want to get tickets to this fantastic event. We're gonna have one more song here with Betsy Ade and the Well-Known Strangers, and then we're gonna go to a break, and then we're gonna come back with a little more music. So the floor is yours.
Thank you. The song's called Release Me. Little lies they tell me they know how this story goes. Oh, they face this monster it barely shows. As I slip, she whispers, I'll be alright. Reminds me I'm not leaving here tonight. This night is too quiet. My mind is restless, fight it. I squander for the key, burn down this beast.
there's no telling when it will end and when it will begin again. There's no shame in pretending. This night is too quiet. My mind is restless, fighting. I squander for the key. Burn down this beast and release me. Burn down this beast and release me.
Thank you.
Betsy Ade and the Well-Known Strangers, everybody. We'll be back with more music right after this break. And we are back with tonight's episode of Get Real with Ralph. We're in Studio East with Betsy Ade and the Well-Known Strangers. This live performance is brought to you by Blackhawk Community Credit Union with locations in Kenosha and Janesville. And welcome back to the program. This has been a great set so far, and I know that you got lots more.
Yes, we do.
And tell us a little bit about how this particular band formed, because you had a couple of bands before this, and then this is the best one so far, by the way. Not so far. This is the best. You got such a great group of musicians here.
Great group of people,
How did this all come to be?
So, as you had mentioned, I had been in a couple bands before. I had met Joe while still in a band, and we kind of collaborated. The relationship that him and I started was it felt really easy to write songs with him, and it felt all sorts of good. So I couldn't deny that relationship, and I think we just kind of spat out a bunch of different songs, and Joe got a drummer, Roger Gower. He's not with us anymore, and then we had Ted and Seisha.
John was with us early on.
John, yep. Then you got John, and I think I knew Seisha, and then you knew Ted. Kind of formed it together.
Roger and Ted were playing together in another band as well.
Yep.
So it just kind of formed.
It's really weird that you're right behind me, and
We're all standing behind
should
you,
I
Betsy.
move? You can finish that conversation.
I mean, it was just we were asked to play in a wedding together, and while we were practicing for the wedding, she realized that I was really messed up and had a lot of songs to write and a lot of stuff to write about. Yeah. So we just started writing and forming the band, and then it went from there. And it really became easy to create and to perform, and we've had a blast.
Your songs are all very deep.
Kind of what I was getting at. I probably said it wrong.
You don't know.
Yeah.
You said it right, and I'm just reiterating back what you said. Your songs have a lot of depth to them. They've got a lot of emotion to them. And you talked about writing songs together. And of course, I have the advantage of knowing some of these stories from interviewing you as a band before. The first one that came to mind when you said you were messed up was Splinter.
That would be one.
But every single thing that you guys have put out, if you really listen to it, it's very moving music in a period when that's a little bit harder to find. And I think that's why people identify with it so well. I think that you're a very emotional performer. I think people identify with that as well. Now, you went on The Voice last year, and of course that really upped your street cred, I guess you could say.
Sure.
And that not only helped you, but it helped the whole band as well, because now you have a lot more eyeballs and a lot more ears listening.
Most definitely.
What would you say was the biggest advantage to that? What would you say was the biggest disadvantage to the whole Voice period?
Well, I think the biggest advantage, like you had mentioned, is the visibility that you get. I think that if you get one chair turn, or even if you get through to the audition where you're on stage performing, that gives you visibility in itself, no matter what happens on that national level.
Sure.
So I think that's an advantage. I don't know that I have felt any disadvantage from that yet, but I'll let you know if something comes up.
Well, fantastic. And with that, a little more Betsy Ade and the Well-Known Strangers.
Thank you. Thanks. 17, I started to starve myself. I thought that love was a kind of emptiness. And at least I understood then the hunger I felt. And I didn't have to call it loneliness. We all have a hunger. 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 Tell me what you need, boy, you look so free. The way you use your body, baby, come on and work for me. Let it get you down, you're the best thing I've seen. We never found the answer, but I knew one thing. We all have a hunger. 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 And it's Friday night and it's kicking in. I can't trace, they're gonna crucify me. I'm with you with all of your vibrant truth. How could anything bad ever happen to you? You make a fool of death with your beauty. And for a moment, I thought that love was in the drugs, but the more I took, the more they took away, and I could never get enough. I thought that love was on the stage. You give yourself to strangers. You don't have to be afraid. Then it tries to find a home. People owing out love, picking it apart, staring at your phone. Tell me what you need, oh, you look so free. The way you use your body, baby, come on and work it for me. Let it get you down, you're the best thing I've seen. We never found the answer, but we knew one thing. We all have a hunger. 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 And it's Friday night and it's kicking in. I can't trace, they're gonna crucify me. I'm with you with all of your vibrant youth. How could anything bad ever happen to you? You make a fool of death with your beauty, and for a moment, I forget to worry. Thank you. That's a nice little segue. We're talking about the voice.
That was a great segue. You went right into it. You know, I got to say something that I did not know that you could perform with shoes on, because I've never seen you perform not barefoot.
I'm having an off day.
I looked down and I saw, holy smokes, there's shoes on Betsy's feet and she's singing.
It does feel better to stomp my foot. It's
I mean,
not
even-
that I'm saying I'm going to do this often, but
Even all your promo photos are barefoot. Every single one of them. I imagine the more famous you get, the higher your pedicure budget's going to go, because your feet are always showing. So,
yes,
you know,
it works.
makes you a little taller too. I need some shoes that'll make me a little taller. What do you think?
Maybe I don't know.
Are you short, Ralph? I don't understand.
You know, I'm the only guy that played football, and I would get the first down, and I still come up short.
Talent.
Yeah,
Did you
there
hear
we
that
go.
joke?
All right, so what are you playing next?
Oh, let me check the
Yeah.
Stuff it down.
And by the way, the reason I'm running my mouth here so we don't have radio silence, we don't have anybody turn on the radio and hear nothing and think, oh, there's nothing going on there in that little break in between.
True,
So
we're working
what do
on
we got?
transitions too. So.
Well, yeah, but when you're live in front of people, they know. They can look at you, but you can't look at a radio speaker. What do you got?
This song's called "Stuff It Down."
All right, stuff it down.
Little girl growing up in a world that was made for little boys. She don't care much about getting dirt in her hair. Little girl toys. She will get pushed around. She'll fall more than her brother. She will keep rising up, rising up. She stands on backs of little girls before her. She's got it all figured out. Stop it down, stop it down, stop it down. No fear, no doubt. And in her golden years, she silently smiled all the strength and the space that she gave to the girl gets pushed around. She's got it all figured out. Stop it down, stop it down, stop it down. No fear, no doubt. And she'll cross the line, but she'll keep in line. Making change is not something you just dip your toes in. And her loves are coming low. When she's cornered and cheated and told she should be a little more soft spoken. And her gloves are coming on, without a doubt. She's got it all figured out. She's got it all figured out. She's got it all figured out. Yeah. Step it down, step it down. No fear, no doubt. Thank you. Woo! All right.
Yeah.
Come on, play. It's a Billie Eilish tune. It's my fault.
hold tight. Too shy to say, but I hope you stay. Don't hide away. Come out and play. Thank you. All right, this next song's called Worlds Away. I don't know why I said it like that. This is on our 5-song EP. Under all the smoke and ash, heartache, failure, and all that jazz, we finally brought it back to life. Couldn't be a cleaner slate, not on time but not too late, and my heart was full of blinding lights. But paranoia and jealousy begets paranoia and jealousy, and that's how this tale will end. You think that I'm turning you into a villain, and I have no clue of what I'm getting myself into, but you should be worlds away from this sleepy old town. Nobody knows your name. You got those big guns, and all you know what to do is shoot yourself in the foot with them. And it's sad but true. There ain't no victim quite like you, and an ego don't care for fair play. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way. Here we go, I'm on my knees with another kingpin of analogies, and I can't believe we're here again. Why won't you lose control to let them all bounce? You got to let go. Another cover, another humdrum routine, and you can't love without suffocating. You can't bend without breaking. And there's a big ass ship and a great big sea. I got a one-way ticket just waiting for me, where you should be. Worlds away from this sleepy old town. Nobody knows your name. You got those big guns, and all you know what to do is shoot yourself in the foot with them. And it's sad but true. There ain't no victim quite like you, and an ego don't care for fair play. Give it up, give it up, give it up. Nobody ever used to. Get away, get away, get away from the lies you've gotten used to. You are your own worst enemy. Forgive yourself, and you will see how far you should be. Worlds away. You got those big guns. Stop shooting yourself in the foot with them. And it's sad but true. There ain't no victim quite like you. It's sad but true. And ego don't give a fair play. It's sad I won't be there for you. I'll always care for you. Nice job, Cam. Nailed that note. Thank you. All right, guys. The song's called Mirror. This is on our full-length album, but we kind of changed it up a little bit. So it starts off a lot slower, and then we get into it. It's really hard for me to stay in this seat. I don't know if you noticed that. But so sweet and innocent. This time there's too much at stake. I will give a piece of the cake, the hunt, the game I crave. Skate on the edge of a razor blade, jump in front of that freight train, just to get my way. But every time I turn around, I see it staring back at me. Look away, but know how much I need it. Someone take me away from this mirror. You can stay, take all your stuff and walk away. Made too many mistakes before. Taste on my tongue and I want more. Let me. I found my way through the fallen trees, beyond the rain. I ain't going down again. Every time I'm turning around to see it staring back at me. Look away, but know how much I need it. Someone take me There was always a shift in my boat when I stare into the hall and to the dome. Letting like a pick up ball when I see the time lapse of my dreams. I rise and then I follow me. Many seconds trying to crush it all. I ain't got time for that. I have a second when it slaps me back to the ground and outward. Harder than a hummingbird chasing skirt. I got this, baby. I got this. You ain't see it. It'll all be worth it. Don't we deserve it? The mirror won't let me forget who I am. Every time I'm turning around to see it staring back at me, finally realize how much I believe it'll all be worth it. Don't we deserve it? The mirror knows who I am. It'll all be worth it. Don't we deserve it? The mirror won't let me forget who I Woo! All right. Thank you. Yes. That reminds me, we should play Flicker. Flicker. Our friend Jerry's in the audience. And that's his favorite. Are you on guitar for Flicker? No. Do you mind changing the cello? Are you guys okay to do Flicker for Jerry?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Do it for Jerry. All right. Here we go. Can someone start it? Because we don't want dead air. Can someone start it? Okay, cool.
While
Awesome.
they're tuning, I want to thank this one's not only for Jerry, but everybody in the audience. We have a hardcore crew that follows us around, and we want to thank you for all the support throughout the years. So give yourselves a big hand.
This song is kind of about, well, all about the struggle that we've kind of faced throughout the music business. There's a lot of brick walls that we ran up against, and as cool as it is, and as much as people want music and
love music. It's a really hard business to bust into, especially kind of in places where you don't have access to, big wigs and all that business. So, but we love what we do, and we're going to keep doing it as long as possible. And we really could not continue to do this without you guys. So this is, like John said, for all you guys. The song's called Flicker. I'm at the bottom, but I'm still looking up. I got my rose-colored lens. I've been jumping through hoops, filling in holes, and riding hard on splintered wooden fences. And I'll flicker on an island, and you're up there flying. Why can't you see me? 'Cause I'm not steady, but I'm ready to make them all believe in me. Lift me up to let me down. The more time passes, the more I want to run and find some other life under some other sun. You're breaking breadcrumbs too stale for me to swallow, leading me down paths that you would never follow. And I'm a flicker on an island, and you're up there flying. Why can't you see me? 'Cause I'm not as steady, but I'm ready to make them all believe in me. Lifting me up to let me down. I feel every heartbeat when I let it shine. Can you feel it flickering when you close your eyes? It's my time. I'm a flicker on an island, and you're up there flying. Why can't you see me? 'Cause I'm not as steady, but I know I'm ready to make them all believe in me. I'm a flicker on an island, and you're up there flying. Why can't you see me? 'Cause I'm not as steady, but I'm ready to make them all believe in me. Lift me up to let me down. I'm at the bottom, but I'm still I'm at the bottom, but I'm still looking up. Don't let me down.
Betsy Ade, folks, and the well-known strangers. We've got just enough time to go into the break with one more song, and I just want to get as much of your music in as possible. So I'm going to do something that I don't do very often. I'm going to be quiet, and I'm going to let you guys finish this out because you've been incredible. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brittany. Thank all of you guys. You're awesome. Mr. New Drummer, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. Steve, welcome. Thank you.
Steve
Thank
helps
you
us
all.
with sound a lot. And he has been filling in for a while. So
Yeah, it's fantastic. Betsy Ade and the well-known strangers, give it up for them. We're going to go into the break with one more song. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you come next week to Songs of Freedom Music Festival. That's in Kenosha at Pennoyer Park. That's the big band shell next to the lake. Tickets at oursongsoffreedom.org or at the door. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, Betsy Ade and the well-known strangers.
Thank you. It's our new single. coming out to see you again soon.
Well, we're off the air now, but the stream on YouTube is still live, but we need to make sure to wrap that up. That was great.
Thank you.
That was fantastic. Thank you for coming on. That was that was a great performance. It just really was. I could feel could you feel the energy in this room, everybody? That was a ton of energy. It's so hard to pre-tape a night show during the day because, they don't call, they're serious on the Today Show and funny on the Tonight Show or entertaining on the Tonight Show. And, what's cool about going in the studio is all the lights are on your face and the rest of the room is dark and you forget that it's daytime and you get that surge of energy and it's so much fun.
Yes. I
So,
wanted to dance many different times.
you-
Kick my chair over.
We'll take
Do a stage dive into the cushions.
If you want to do one more and dance for the live stream, I think that I think everybody would love to see that. What do you think, guys? Just one, yeah, just one, and wait,
Splinter or Revolution?
you got to yell louder than that, all right. How about
flip a coin.
Splinter? Who wants Splinter? Who wants Revolution?
All my exes.
All right, Splinter wins.
No. One more time. Who wants Splinter? Yell, cheer. Revolution?
Yay!
Oh my God, it's a tie. Oh wait, one more time. Splinter.
Yay!
All right, I'm going to count to 3. I want you to yell as loud as you can for Splinter first. Ready? 1, 2, 3. All right, ready? Revolution. 1, 2, 3. That sounds like Revolution.
We're
to
going to
me.
do Mirror again then. All right. Okay, let's get out of here.
I'll take it. I don't want you to trip over it. Whatever else you need to get rid of too.
Both dogs are barking.
They work hard for their money.
That's a John Candy line.
All I do and all I say, all I wish in every way, I am unafraid now. All I have and all I seek, all that time up the mountain peak, the air is clear somehow. You can judge and you can stare, throw your names out in the air, pull my horn, shoot up and down, send them crashing to the ground. I was a child upon the edge, one step from jumping off that ledge. I walked away, I plowed right through, all because of you, revolution. Revolution. All I want is just to be far away and lost at sea. The skies I will soar. You don't know that I can see. We've done hearts don't look at me, and they won't hurt me anymore. Revolution. You can judge and you can stare. Throw your names out in the air. Pull my horn and shoot them down. Send them crashing to the ground. I was a child upon the edge, one step from jumping off that ledge. I walked away, I plowed right through, all because of you, because of you. I am a warrior unashamed. Inside is still with a deciduous frame. See, I've been stuck in the woods